people need to start abandoning brand new cars, because many car brands, car companies have abandoned the plot. Most car manufacturers today focus on producing more and more models, adding more and more electronics to cars, adding more and more features to cars that are not entirely necessary. They are competing in the wrong direction, and it should be common sense that as they compete in the wrong direction, that they lose the customers, the buyers, by buyers not being interested in them, by buyers not buying them and sticking to used cars that are good, that are reliable, that don't bring you back to the dealership as many times as possible, especially when the warranty has expired. Because now car companies build potential disasters into their cars, so that as soon as the warranty is gone, well, you start making more frequent visits to the dealership for repairs. And they also structure their cars in such a way that they will make more money from maintenance, services, and repairs than they would from actually selling the car. So they know exactly what they've done. They are now optimizing for more and more failures and more visits to the dealership, setting the car up for failure and setting your pocket up for drainage. So, but if people are not buying, they won't sell. There are some models that they reeled out that people were totally uninterested in, and I'm happy those models died naturally. Chrysler Dodge tried to shove electric Dodge Charger down the throat of customers, and I'm very glad that that idea failed woefully. People who buy and drive muscle cars do not do so for quietness, reliability, not even for comfort. They buy and drive muscle cars for the notoriety of muscle cars, for the muscle. They're not trying to buy Cinderellas. So I'm glad that that particular model vanished into thin air naturally. I don't see them on the roads. I've seen a few used ones and they're selling for peanuts. I'm not interested either. There's a reason why Toyota has dominated the car market for decades. Toyota, Honda, and Subaru. Unfortunately, I can't even mention more car brands that can compete with these car brands in terms of quality and reliability. It's unfortunate. Car companies used to compete and optimize for quality, reliability, and unfortunately they don't anymore. Toyota brings out a model and they take time every year, and they bring out the same model with few changes, but they don't touch the engine usually. For instance, Lexus RX, they've only improved, I call them improvement, the engine twice in about 5 generations. That is fantastic. You know, these new ones, new cars today, they're always competing for how many turbos you can throw in, how many more horsepowers you can add, all that crap. Toyota kept the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 for so many years, and with the same results: reliable, strong, period. I wish other car brands learn from this. I wish customers stop buying most brand new cars actually, and that will push these car companies to go back to what actually matters. Land Rover is perhaps the worst car company currently when it comes to reliability. To be fair, they make cars that are very comfortable, very luxurious, giant tanks of opulence for sure, but they're also money pits. But in the 70s and 80s, Land Rover used to make cars that were bulletproof. So much so that even today, when you find a Land Rover of 1980s to down to the 70s, they'll sell for so much money. I'll give you an instance. A Land Rover between 1978 and 1986 today, with less than 100,000 miles, can still sell for 50,000, for 50 grand. Yeah, that's the price of the average brand new car today. And this is a car that is 40 years plus. So people should start abandoning these brand new cars and push them to go back to what matters. Kudos to Land Rover for making such reliable cars. But you see these new Evoques, oh no. Oh no. They drive so well, they're so comfortable. Air suspension and all that shit. But once they start braking, even if they don't brake, in 3 to 5 years, they've lost 70% of their market value. Absolute money pits. So people need to start abandoning these cars so that they'll start going back to what really, really, really counts. I hope that happens. And kudos to Toyota and Honda and Subaru for sticking to the plan for this long, for understanding the mission. And they have so many car sales to show for it. These days, people don't even care how much Toyota has cost. They're buying anyway. They're buying anyway. So if they were optimizing for money, well, they have it still. But they have gone the right route. Give people quality, give people reliability, and they give you that money. The rest, they are delulu queens.